Hey guys, my name is Tiffany and welcome back to another video. So in this video, I wanted to share with you guys some exciting news and share a little bit with you guys about my life journey.
'Cause anywhere you feels right, anywhere you feels like Paris in the rain, Paris in the rain. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, Paris in the rain, Paris in the rain.
It's been a while since I had a sit down talk with you guys and kind of update you on where I am in my life right now. I know a lot of you guys already know that I'm currently back to school to get my Master's of Science degree in nursing, focusing on the nurse educator route. So I've only been a few classes in so far. I think I've taken about 5 classes now. So I still have a little ways to go. I don't graduate until next year in May is when I do my practicum, and that's basically where I'm shadowing another nurse educator. So it's gonna be a little bit of a while before I finally finish grad school. But in the meantime, I still currently work full-time at my hospital and I still work bedside as a NICU nurse. It's been a little bit of a challenge having to balance life between work and school, but it's actually been a lot manageable, more than I thought it would be. So I'm really glad that school has been great, and honestly I really have no complaints so far. The pace is just perfect for me. But really why I wanted to do this video with you guys and just have a sit down chat and talk with you guys is that I have a big major life update that I wanted to share that it took almost 7 years to finally happen, and so I thought I would share with you guys. Basically, if you guys did not know, I started my career out as a night shift NICU nurse, and I have been doing night shift basically for 4 years straight. So for 4 years I did only night shift, and basically what I would do is I'd work 3 on, 1 off, 3 on, and then I'd have an entire week off. And usually during that week I would come visit my family, travel, do other things, and that's when I lived away for work. Now that I moved back to the Bay Area to be closer to my family, it's been different for sure, because when I started at my current hospital right now, I was doing rotating. So it was a different schedule than what I was used to. And some hospitals may hire nurses for a rotating shift where basically I'm working day shift and night shift. And the pattern can depend on how you work it out with your manager and your higher ups. But basically for me, what they set for me was that I was doing days and night shift every other month. So I would do day shift, night shift, day shift, night shift, and that would continue on for the entire year. So I was doing that for a while, and so that's been about almost a year and a half of me doing that. And then my hospital decided to go to a fixed shift schedule where basically I was either days or nights, and I actually was put onto night shift again. And so it's been this back and forth. But luckily I've been doing a lot of days in that meantime, and so it kind of worked out in my favor. But for one thing you guys don't know about me, I am not a night shift person. I think I have done a few videos already where I've kind of discussed the pros and cons to days and nights, so make sure to check out those videos. I'm gonna leave it up in the cards above. But why I personally don't like night shift is just because physically my health wasn't allowing for it. I honestly love the pace of nights. I love the people on nights. It's just a different work environment for sure, and I loved it so much, but I think my body just could not handle being on night shift and the flip-flopping of my schedule. For me, I had to do stretches, or else if I had to flip-flop constantly, especially if I had classes or meetings, my body just could not handle it, and I would feel nauseous all the time, and it was really hard for me to sleep. I would barely go to sleep, and that eventually it started to take a toll on my health, and so it became a struggle for me. I didn't know how much longer I could do it for, and I'm on to my 7th year as a nurse now, and it made me question a lot for sure whether or not I could still do bedside for this reason, honestly. And a lot of people usually ask too how long it takes for a new grad nurse to switch from night shift to day shift, and honestly it just depends on your organization. At my previous hospital, it wasn't that challenging to go to day shift. We had a few new grads that finished off orientation and ended up being a full-time day shifter, but personal preference for me back then is that I preferred night shift for a lot of reasons. One being that I just loved my people on night shift, and everyone was super helpful, friendly, and I just liked the community that I've already built on night shift. And of course, I'm going to be honest with you guys, the pay differential was definitely a huge factor of that as well. So it was just more beneficial for me during that time to do night shift. And then eventually, as it started to take a toll on my health, then I started to consider a lot of things. But anyways, so yeah, it really just depends. There are a lot of people that go straight into day shift right after orientation, and there's people that have to do their due time and gain some seniority first. So that was kind of me at this point. When I started at my current hospital, I needed to gain some seniority first, and so it took me about 2 years at my current hospital right now to develop that seniority. And basically, I am now a day shifter, so I don't think I ever have to do night shift for the rest of my nursing career. Thank God, unless I decide to change things up or I do want to do a night shift here and there. But I don't really see myself doing that anytime soon. Who knows? But I do love night shift, like I mentioned, for personal reasons. But there's just some things physically that I just couldn't handle anymore. So that's kind of the update I wanted to share with you guys, that I am now officially a day shifter. It took me almost 7 years. I'm going to be officially a nurse of 7 years at the end of this year. So it's going to be crazy to know I've been a nurse for that long and that it took me this long to finally secure a day shift position. So I don't want to kind of scare you guys, especially all you guys that are new grad nurses wanting to switch to day shift eventually. It should not take this long. It just happened for me in this situation. At first for personal reasons that I wanted to stay on nights, and then eventually, of course, having to gain my seniority at a new hospital. So it really just fluctuates and depends depending on where you're working at, but it's definitely possible for you guys to switch, and it doesn't have to take this long, but it just took me a little bit longer than I expected. And so it's super exciting. I don't know why I felt the need to share this with you guys, but it's something that it took me a long time, so I thought I'd share with you guys. And thank you so much for following me on my journey so far. I hope you guys are enjoying my NICU content. I know a lot of you guys enjoy my Tiny Tips with Tips series and just me talking about nursing and NICU. So I really want to know what other videos you guys want me to do. Do you like these life updates and me sharing you guys more about my life and where I am currently? Or do you like NICU videos? Does it actually help you? Like, I really need to know, because obviously I don't want to make content for you guys that isn't useful, isn't helpful. So please let me know down in the comments below if videos that I make are helpful to you guys in your nursing journey. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
'Cause anywhere with you feels right. Anywhere with you feels like Paris in the rain. Paris in the